the corollary to that was that you've intervened aggressively in a number of sectors, and some of your critics say you are not minding your business, which is that of monetary policy only, and let the Ministry of Agriculture do its job and let power people face their business, that you're doing what does not concern you. How do you react to that?
Let me tell you this. It's about this hand, washing this hand for it to be clean. And the idea is that our own is not about doing what other people are doing, but it's about the fact that we provide a financing mechanism that helps to catalyze growth for these sectors that we are talking about. Do you understand? We have nothing to do with what agric is supposed to be. What I do, we are complementing their efforts by providing financing. Before now, and I can say it, before now, no small farmer can say that he walked into a bank and got a loan to grow rice. Before this program of Anchor Bora started, farmers go to farms without the right seedlings. They go to farms with substandard fertilizer. Herbicides are not good and all that. To the point that where 1 hectare of land, the output was only about 1.5 to 2 metric tons of rice. And we said we're going to intervene. Intervene means that a farmer needs maybe about 200 to 250,000 naira to cultivate a 1 hectare farm. And what did we do? We got some of our people to source the right seedlings. They sourced the fertilizer under the presidential initiative, sourced herbicides. So what those farmers got effectively as disbursed loan was about 50,000 naira and all that. But you know what that did? They got the right seedlings, the right fertilizers, they got the right herbicides, and they were able to plant. Today, in some parts of the country, we are seeing farmers coming out with as high as 7 tons per hectare. In some areas in Jugawa, we had 8.5. Dangote is currently on a mission to even bring in seedlings that can give us as high as 12 metric tons per hectare. What does that do? It makes the output higher, cost of production lower, and then the price of our rice can now compete with the import alternative. Those are the kind of things that need to be done. It's not about interfering, it's about intervening by providing finance that will catalyze that sector and ultimately create jobs for people and grow the economy. That's what we are doing. And I believe no one should be excluded. Remember, I said that this central bank is a people-centered central bank that will not just sit idle and say it's not about interest rate, it's about inflation, it's about exchange rate. What decision do you take as a central bank that impacts directly and positively on the lives of the people? That's what we are talking about, Bossen.
How much more of these people-centered monetary policy interventions, critical engagement would you be doing for the remainder of your tenure?
Well, the point is this, that it's not about counting how much of it you will do. But the important thing is this, Bossen. I sleep and I wake up every morning and I think, what can I do for this country? What can we do to create jobs for people? What can we do to improve the lives of our people? That is what is important now. And that is why, luckily, the Anchor Bora program has become a flagship where those who are downtrodden, those who are vulnerable, can access finance. And we are going to take it, not just about rice or cassava or tomatoes. We are going to eventually review and revolutionize our micro, small, and medium enterprises into an Anchor Bora program that will even go to small businesses and small manufacturing companies. Because that is what this country needs. We need to catalyze agriculture, catalyze small manufacturing, small businesses, because those will be the engine of growth for a country. You know what it does? You have a young school leaver, somebody who is unemployed, he comes out, he has some entrepreneurial skills, you want to encourage that person. That is the entire idea. What do you do by encouraging him? You create jobs for not just him, and you give him opportunity to feed his family, feed more and more people, create jobs for even other people. And that is how you can grow economy. That is how you can improve the life and well-being of your people. And that is a solemn pledge that we make as central bank, and we are determined to go forward on this.
When you sit in cabinet meetings and you sit with other cabinet ministers and those who are in on the fiscal side, how much of what has happened in the last 2.5 or 3 years or so come from the support that you get from other ministers and ministries, departments and agencies of the government?
Let me say this. People have always talked about collaboration between monetary and fiscal. That collaboration has never been there, has never been as good as it is right now. We are working together as a government. The monetary, under the auspices of the economic management team, the monetary and fiscal authorities work together. The decisions about the budget, central bank was part of it. Decisions about the development of the economic recovery and growth plan, central bank was part of it. Is it about the Eurobond? Central bank was part of it. And it's all part of collaboration between the monetary and fiscal authorities. So that's why when people talk about, oh, there's no coordination, I just laugh it off. But of course, try to ignore those kind of comments. But of course, this is an opportunity for me to say that that collaboration has never been there as it is right now. And we can only expect that it can only grow even from strength to strength.
On a final note, what bothers you about the current state of Nigeria's financial statement?
Or rather, maybe what bothers me about Nigeria and Nigerian economy. I tell you, I repeat, by the year 2050, this country's population will be 450 million people by projection and estimate. That will present Nigeria, I repeat, as the third largest country in the world in terms of population. We as leaders, we need those of us that God has put in this position to drive the economy, to drive the country, must at every point have at the back of our mind the adverse consequences of not sitting down and thinking about how to improve the laws of our country. So what bothers me is that, and what gives me a kick, is that I must sit up, take decisions that will impact the life of our people. Because you know what? If we don't plan for 3% growth in population annually, that will result in 450 million people in year 2050, Lord knows what will happen to you and I wearing suit and ties.
I'll have to keep my shirt and my suit and tie even until 2050 and
so
beyond.
We have to walk together.
Yes, we do.
Think about the masses.
Yes, we
Think
do.
about the weak. Think about the vulnerable. Because when they are also happy, you can only, that's when you can be happy.
Then I can keep my shirt.
You can keep your shirt.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's very nice advice.
Thank you.
Mr. Governor, thanks for speaking with us on Channels Television.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
It's a great pleasure having you.
And we wish you all the best.
We're going to have more of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best.